everybody. I'm Carla. I direct Working Landscapes, which is a organization. We work to create new economic connections between people and places so that we have a higher quality of life here, healthier people, and a more resilient environment. And I'm very, very pleased to be able to share with you the mural that artist Napoleon Hill has produced for us on our produce processing facility today. This is a project that we were able to undertake with support from the Warrenton County Arts Council, the North Carolina Department of Cultural Resources, and some matching funding from a couple of other funders that we were able to pull together. He is going to talk about his work and his process in just a couple of minutes, but I wanted to take the opportunity just to tell you about the linkages between this mural and what happens inside the building here. So, as I said, Working Landscapes, we're a nonprofit organization, but we do projects that involve transactions, right? So we sell things because we don't want to always be relying on grants and donations. We want to create economic opportunity that sort of runs itself over time. So in building economic connections that create new value in a rural community, if that's our goal, one of the main ways we do that is in this facility behind us. This is a facility where we work to address our mission by adding value to locally grown produce. So what does that mean? We chop and bag produce that's grown by farmers in the area, and we sell it to schools. So the chopping and bagging and the cold storage that keeps it cold and food safe happens here. The work that we do at our main office is in building the supply chains and the relationships and the connections that make it possible for small farmers to serve markets like schools that on their own it would be really challenging for them to do so. So we work to create demand in institutions like schools and increase the supply capacity of farmers in our region. Since 2014, we have produced out of this facility 440,000 servings of food for school children in 20 school districts across the state, and seven farms in our region get GAP certified, so that's required to sell products to schools. 4 of those farms are minority-owned farms. We're going to be renovating our facility starting this summer and into the fall. Our goal with that renovation is to turn our facility into one that can produce ready-to-eat products in line with modern food safety standards. So right now everything we make has to be cooked. That means we can't do salad mixes, and schools and institutions serve a lot of salad, right? So we are going to be making chopped collards, chopped kale, chopped collards, which are things we've done for several years. We have added diced sweet potatoes, which is a product people are really excited about. And we're going to be doing a variety of salad mixes. There's kind of open the bag, ready to eat, put on the line. Our goal with this renovation and the supply chain work behind it is to turn this from a facility that's used about 1 day a week, about 6 months a year for processing, into one that supports 7 full-time jobs here and allows us to increase more than 5-fold what we purchase for local farmers. So the mural that you've been looking at, depicts whether there's a farmer harvesting collards. It's a small-scale farm field, the kind that I think is very familiar around here. Right? I grew up on a piece of land that looks a lot like this. And what we're trying to do is create economic connections so that people who work on farms like this have economic opportunity that they couldn't have for themselves, but that uses the land as the great asset that it is. I'm really very pleased to have a mural that honors our agricultural heritage and also suggests that that same asset and heritage and land base and the people who live here and know and care about this place to be part of an economic future that makes a meaningful economic difference to people in this place. So thank you for your support. Thanks to the Arts Council for your support, and thanks to Mr. Hill for producing a wonderful piece of art that many people are going to enjoy.
Napoleon Hill, one local artist from the area, from the Enfield area. I go around different towns, different counties, producing stuff like this here. I mainly produce stuff with a history past, and all my work is based off history and some kind of focal point that people can relate to, went through, or whatever. The paintings that I do with it, some people think I do them pretty quick, but in these things, forever you can do the work that you do. my thing is, I have a God-gift talent, and I like to use it any way I can. The work itself is painted on, mural is painted on those rough blocks. We have to use we come in, we power wash the building first. Then we come in and prime it with a Lexan type primer that's made for the block. And then we come and get the mural paint, which we order from Jerry Autorama. They produce a special type paint for murals. We use that mural paint, and after that is done, we then will wait and come back and clear coat the whole thing with a polymer. This stuff is not cheap. The clear coat to help protect it and make the mural last for a long time. That's basically the process you can go through doing your murals or whatever. I have had the pleasure also having President Obama and G.K. Butterfield, the congressman, to have my paintings in their collection. My paintings. So, over the United States, California, Florida, Georgia, New Orleans, California, all over. I'm getting into now, getting some prints that do have 3 of them. And I just go on from there. And the painting is very interesting. So I would say if you have any kids or whatever they're doing, don't stop them, push them. Right. Push your kids to do this here. Because history is moving on. Times is changing and it's not waiting for us. And it's not waiting for nobody. So the thing is like I say, it's very interesting. It's one of the things that a lot of people is getting away from us. Everything now is so technical, done by machines. There's very few people now that still hand painting, hand lettering, stuff like that. It's just about a lost art. So I'm still trying to hang on to it the best I can to do this stuff and hope I keep people like calling them happy and the people in Warren County happy. But it's strange. When I was in high school in 76 and 75, a gentleman by the name of Ben Terrell from right here in Warren County, he was principal down in Scarlet Neck. And that last year, he got me to paint murals over the whole entire school. So that's basically how I really got to paint murals. Oh man, right here in Warren County. So y'all should be very proud of Ben Terrell. Yes, he kind of started me out with this here. And that just kind of branched off and kept on going. And I have been very, very successful, I would say. There's no need telling us wrong. I've been very successful doing this here. And I hope to continue doing it for a while. So, anybody have any kind of questions?
I just want to restate, I came down and every day came down for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever, and I asked Napoleon when he knew that he was an artist, and he said, well, he was born with it. I said, it's God-given talent. And then he said, well, I was given the opportunity, to be recognized as an artist by Ben Terrell from Scotland Neck. Well, that was my first principal at Warren County High School.
Yeah, that was him. I thought.
And so it's just how, and then what is Napoleon doing now as a distinguished gentleman? Painting murals, and so we really have to support kids in the arts in school, because even if it's an A vocation, that A vocation for you is just as important as your vocation, and probably more so as you get older.
But your art councils are very important. Everyone needs to support the art council. In Halifax County, art council, they have commissioned me to go around to all towns and to do some murals in their town.
Wow.
That's something they have done, and they have done so far about 7 of them. And they have other events. They have the Sip of Seeds, where they have an artist each month to come in and he'll do his thing, and people support him. I had the opportunity to do that also as well. When I had my one-man show, it was about it was about 350 people showed up for me. Wow. It was an excellent show. But it was all because of the art council and how people support the art council and how important it is to your community. Art council is a great thing. Don't take it for granted.
Thank you.
Okay. Because one thing, the government are cutting back so hard now. That's why they need to support as well. As long as they support into a thing, they can support it. When your support stops, they can stop. So that's why it's so important. support the art councils. Yes, sir.
I always wondered, I've seen you do this in several of your murals, but what is the intention behind with the figures not showing faces? Do you have any insight to that?
Well, the reason why I don't like show faces on my murals is because you keep race out the picture.
Thank you.
That's it right there.
All you need is humanity.
Cut all questions out.
Is it?
Because that man up there.
All you need is humanity.
You see the figure and you see what's going on, not the people itself, and the racism part stay out of it. Because everyone
Right.
used to do colors, work on the farms and everything. Everybody did.
Yeah.
There wasn't no single color. Everybody did.
They're trying to like talk about like the positive side of agricultural. Like,
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it right there. That's good way to look at it.
Well, I think you bring up another point is some people have been afraid of public art in Warrenton because of the possible narrative. And what
Yes,
you
right.
did is you kept the narrative out.
Well, you try to, and then when you do something, you want to do it in a very positive way. Like one of the prints I have over there for sale right now, it's the little boy, little black boy, on the back of a racehorse. He's a jockey. Well, what a lot of people don't know, the Kentucky Derby, first race was won by a black man. After he won it, a couple races later, he basically was banned out of it. But history is history. What happened, happened. So I did a painting and captured that painting of the little black jockey and his actions and what happened. And I have sold that painting throughout the United States. It's just about sold out. Just about sold out. But I had just a few. I think it's about 10 of them, or there's something like that is left. You know. But the way the old farmers used to go and stack the peanuts, and when you look at the old photographs for the farmers in the field, you saw both black and white farmers working together. They won't know I got this and I got that. No, they worked together. It was hard labor, and everybody had to suffer through it. There wasn't no one group, everybody suffered through it.
Can you talk about, I've had a couple people mention that these farmers here don't have faces. I don't think you talked about, or did I miss it? Did I miss it? Oh, I was taking pictures. Sorry. Okay. I'll have to get filled in later.
Humanity, not race.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
right.
That's what
Thank you.
I,
That's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it. Any more questions?
When are you going to do the next one?
Believe it or not, today I'm supposed to be in Severance, North Carolina, doing another painting today.
And where?
In Severance, North Carolina. There are places, Hampton Farm Peanuts, which y'all probably have seen them in the stores. I was fortunate enough to do a print. I did the original, they had the original painting, and they bought about 20 prints of the painting. And they want to get that mural of that print, did on the south side of their factory, their main factory, for Hampton Farm Peanuts, which is great. It's out there. They have peanuts everywhere. They sell the bad peanuts, cooked, uncooked. They just sell them. They have a big manufacturing company. And also I'll be doing one over in Halifax, another one out in Halifax, coming in probably early fall. But I have some lined up all the time. And I try to do my best for it. All I can do is my best.
Did you do the
Stone
one?
Lodge is looking for someone to paint a mural.
okay, maybe you answered this question earlier too, so forgive me. But as you were working on it, did people stop and talk to you? I'm just curious if anyone stopped and was like, "What are you doing?" Or
A couple of people stopped.
what were the reactions? What were the
They
comments?
was glad to see it, believe it or not. But the thing was, paint on that wall over there, in that 5-foot span.
Felt like you're going to be run over every day.
I know, right? People drive through
Just
here
like that.
crazy.
25 mile an hour zone.
Right.
I thought the people down here were
What is wrong with
filthy. You know, these trucks come through flying, blowing paper over it and everything else. But it's essentially combat pay to paint this picture right here. But it was very dangerous in a 5-foot area you have to paint on a wall with. And so somebody asked me earlier how many times I stepped back to see how much I had did. The only time I stepped back was when I was through that day.
Right.
And that was it. That was it.
How long did it take?
Well, between all the rain showers and everything else, ended up taking about a month. But the actual time could have been done in about 2 weeks. But you had to deal with Mother Nature. Can't duck that. Yeah.
So, in terms of, like you said, actual time, and because we're all interested in process, and you said it took about a month, but in your head, or from the time you start, this idea was kindled, how long did that take?
It didn't take no time at all. One thing, we had good information before we started.
All right.
When I talked to Carla, she had a general idea of what she wanted. And it was up to me to grab her ideas and tie my ideas together with her and do a little quick sketch layout and get to her approval. And she saw it, she liked it. And then at that point we just changed a few things and that was it. And voila, there we go.
That's it. I mean, he had just like pictures of collard fields. That's his, if anyone wants to see, that's his palette. He worked directly out of the paint cans.
That's it.
Did you have
I was talking
just pictures
to Napoleon earlier, and we were talking history, which Warrenton has more than
Excuse me.
who knows. But we got talking about the horse Sir Archie that was raised and trained in Warrenton. He showed me a picture.
This is remember we did in Jackson.
Wow.
I've seen that one on the yeah.
This horse was here in Warrenton.
Yes, Sir Archie.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I've heard that name.
The lady came to the poetry show and did a book. She had a show on Sir Archie at your place at Working Alaska.
Yeah, an opening.
She did a book launching.
Yes.
Jen, she was a
Jen.
newspaper.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Gordon Lee.
I
Right.
have one of her books.
Right.
Right.
She was big on supporting the arts, so wow.
Gordon.
Nice to see that picture. Small world.
Well, the artwork kind of tied together where you writing poems or writing a book or painting a picture. Everybody kind of blend together and tie together.
That's right.
So we all have one goal in common, that's to make the area better.
There you go.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Just to make it better.
Do you write poetry?
My son do, but not me. Not me.
Eastern North Carolinians kind of stick together too. There's a common,
That's
you know
right.
someone who's from Eastern North Carolina.
That's right.
You grew up in Enfield?
I grew up in Scotland there,
In Scotland now.
and I moved to Enfield with my job, and so I've been there for the last 30 years. But my main job is some director of maintenance for the Warrenton One Housing Authority, which covers 3 counties. We take care of about 600 houses. And I should have been acquitted by now, but I'm still hanging in there. I like helping people. I've been on this job 30 years.
Wow.
But I think it's not about where people stay, it's where they're trying to get to. That's the main thing. Everybody don't have it lucky.
Right.
Some need a little help. Some need a little pushing.
Wow.
So we just do what we can for them and put them on the proper road. So, like I say, I've been very fortunate to do them in the lower parts of Virginia, down in Franklin, down in Emporia have 3 murals they have done. So, the sky's the limit. Like I said, the world is a big world, and it's all yours for the picture. That's it.
Did you do the ones in Roanoke Rapids?
Yes, ma'am, I did one in Ronald Rapids Town by CJ Bingo. Yes, I did that one. God Council sponsored that one.
You did one in Conway too, right?
Yes, I did one in Conway.
What's the one in Conway?
It's one of the big frames.
Yeah.
Yes, and I did 2 in Jackson.
Yeah.
And I'm getting ready to do another one in Jackson. And the one in Woodland.
Woodland, yeah.
Yes, one down in Woodland I did.
Oh, okay.
Or the old
Up from
Omni School.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yes, that was in Jackson on the other end. Y'all have a gentleman down there named Farrell. I think it's Future Farm.
Future, yeah.
Yes, that picture is on the side of Future Farm
right,
in
yeah.
Jackson.
Right next to where that grocery was?
Yes.
Tommy, you're like a proud dad.
I'm eating it up.
I love it.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah.
I don't have any more babies.
Okay. Yes, so that's basically my journey.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy it any way I can.
So if anyone is interested inside, which is air conditioned, we have a little mural, the painting area set up. We have a couple of things that are sketched out. If you want to help us paint some things we're trying to paint, we have a big sheet of plywood that's pre-painted. We have some small individual mural size pieces for people who want to make something and take it with them. And there's also a restaurant and some water inside. So I really appreciate y'all coming out. Thank you so much.